All right, this is my first attempt with a GoPro camera. And there's Sherman, sheetrocker extraordinaire. All right. Well, this is the last video that we're going to do from the Casa Verde Swamp Garden. And it's going to be a precursor to Brother Dave's Hillbilly Homestead. That's right. Brother Dave is moving. We're going to leave the Casa Verde and go on up to Kentucky. We found 167 acres up there with 10 acres of arable land and about 150 acres of, oh, just beautiful foraging. But I thought I'd show you what I'm leaving before you see where I'm going to. And y'all are going to say, Dave, what are you, nuts? Well, maybe. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but let's talk about the garden right now. All right. Right there we got bananas growing big time right there, and it's just before the first frost. It's November the 30th. We've got the latest frost that we've had in years. So these bananas got to grow just a little bit longer. That one I'll get some bananas out of that. We'll see. I might get about 50 or 60 pounds of bananas this year. And I'll dehydrate them and freeze them and use them in cooking, or maybe I'll feed them to the chickens. But we got a lot of volunteer Seminole pumpkins in the last flush of pumpkins before the first frost hits. It's kind of how we expect it to happen. There's another one right there. Yeah, two more in there, another one over there, another 2 or 3 around here somewhere. Oh, there's another one. A lot of these I won't find until after the frost hits and knocks all the there's another one right there. Yeah, once the frost hits and knocks, oh, there's another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Yeah, probably gonna harvest another 150 pounds of winter squash. Guppy, will you quit chasing the chickens? Leave it, Guppy. Come on now. They ain't for chasing. Guppy, Guppy, leave it, leave it. All right. So the red sweet potatoes had a lot of extra time, and we'll see after the first frost how that goes, how much we get out of here. I wanted to get in here and harvest a bunch of greens, but you know, just didn't have time to do that. Now, one of the other things we did was we planted a whole bunch of regular potatoes, and mostly New Orleans red, but we got 4 total varieties. And the reason for planting these late was to, first of all, see how well they do. And these were all planted from seed potatoes that we saved from the spring, but we also wanted to have seed potatoes to take to Kentucky and see what grows up there. Now here's my Kiowa blackberries. I'll be transplanting some of those into pots, take them up to Kentucky with me, because I don't see why they wouldn't do just as well up there as they're doing down here. I never did anything with that bed. Too bad, so sad. Maybe the new owners will figure something out. Never did anything with that bed. But we got the back bed back there, and we've got the Paw Paws back here. Growing still. Yeah, just barely growing still. They do well in shade. We're going to take these up to Kentucky with us, and they should grow well up to zone 6, 7, and that's about the limit in Kentucky. So we see how that goes, and we'll see how that goes. So we get a lot of potatoes. We'll see how that works out. If we even get a handful of seed potatoes to take up to Kentucky, that'll be a good thing, because you just don't know. There's no guarantee that you'll be able to get seed potatoes next year. They had a shortage here, there, and everywhere. Now, we didn't get very many bananas this year. I was hoping for more, but for some reason that just didn't work out. Last year we got about 110 pounds. This year looks like we get about 60. All right, and that's the extent. All the way down here I planted those potatoes. The taro is doing great. And that is not going to Kentucky. It's going to stay here. And whoever is fortunate enough to buy this place is going to get a garden that's pre-planted with sweet potatoes and taro in well, about a quarter of the beds will be pre-planted. Now, oh, let's go back here and look at the limes. The key limes did so incredibly well this year. Looks like we're going to get about 30 key limes all together, and those will do even better next year. So, oh, there's even one on the ground right there. So they might get about 50 key limes next year. I waited 10 years for that lime tree to actually produce. I mean, it produced a little bit last year, but this year really came through. And I will harvest those limes and freeze or preserve the juice somehow. Take it to Kentucky with me. The goji berries are doing good. You see them down there in the corner. I'm going to transplant those up to Kentucky as well. Beans, beans, beans. We got so many beans. I had harvested about 200 pounds of dried beans this year and then just stopped because I already had 300 pounds stored. So I don't need that. And here's some more taro right here. There we go. Lots more taro. And these are the purple yams, doing splendidly. And what's really making me happy are these sumo oranges down here. Yeah. Look at the size of that orange compared to my hand. Oh man, I'm gonna come out and harvest these quick. A couple of them went bad. No, well, I might dig this thing up, transplant it up north, keep it in a greenhouse, because they do tend to grow dwarfish. It might do well in a greenhouse. Boy, it would be nice to have some fresh oranges in the middle of winter. In the middle of November in Kentucky, up in the Appalachians, that'd be sweet. All right, let's see. Moringa oleifera. Moringa oleifera. This year was something to behold. Look how tall the moringa oleifera got. And actually I did harvest quite a bit for myself. I got about probably a quart of dehydrated and powdered moringa oleifera to be taken with me. And over here we got the butternut squash, that Tahitian melon squash. There's a green one we'll be eating right away. There's a brown one, that one. Yeah, that one's ripe. Got another ripe one in the back there. Another big ripe one here. See the size of it? Yep. And those were all volunteers. Didn't plant them, they came up by themselves just because I threw out some rotten squash one day. Out they came. So this is my house. Y'all see I fixed up the deck finally. Fixed the deck, painted the house, getting ready for sale. That's why we got my champion sheetrocker in there, Sherman, helping me out with just covering up some small defects. About 1,000 square feet on this deck. And there's the front. Y'all have seen that already. Nothing, no big deal. Let's take a walk through the house. Y'all got to see what I'm leaving. because I'm going to go live in a barn. A barn that is a barn. We're going to try and turn it into a house. You see, everything's in boxes right now. We were ready to move a month ago, but you know, things delay, and things delay. Alright, got the kitchen, stove, all the modern conveniences, everything a man could want. I gotta warn you before we go in the bedroom, a pillow bomb went off. That's what we call that guppy. Got a hold of a down pillow in the middle of the night. I hadn't taken her to the dog park in a while, and so, well, there's down pillow everywhere. Into the bathroom, Jack and Jill bathroom. Jill's bedroom over here, which is more storage than anything else. That was Jack's bedroom over there. Let's walk upstairs and just get a look. To get an idea of what Dave has given up. Go up to Kentucky. Follow something completely new. There's a view of the geodesic dome. Guppy, stop. Well, let's go upstairs to the master bedroom. All the furniture piled up. Everything's ready to be loaded. Everything's ready to go. This is the master bedroom. Yeah, we can shed some light on this situation. This is pretty nice. There's a big walk-in closet here. Yeah. See the huge walk-in closet. Dual vanity, now covered with all kinds of stuff. And the master bathroom, huge. Sunken bathtub and that nice window that looks out on the living room. A nice little stand-up shower. So, you know, Brother Dave is putting a lot of luxury and self-comfort aside as we go up to the loft up here. And this is the loft. And that desk is going to stay here because there is no way I'm going to be able to get that desk out of here and down there. It took 3 really big men to move it up. And, well, I just don't need it anymore. So, Brother Dave, why are you doing this, huh? Well, that's a good question. You know, I retired about almost 3 years ago, and I enjoyed being retired. But after a while, you know, a single man needs something to do. A single man all by himself, without a project, without anyone to provide for, well, we tend to sleep more, we tend to get into sloth, tend to sit around and do nothing. We tend to get old and die. Now, I know I'm going to get old and die eventually, but I ain't done just yet. So we're going to do some things up in Kentucky. We're going to bring some families together. We're going to create a Christian co-op up there that's just like, it's going to be amazing. God willing. All right, I'm going to sign off now, and on the next episode, you'll get to see Elk Fork, Kentucky, and just where Dave is going. And then you will say, Dave, what are you, crazy?